Hello students, welcome to EduTap and a very warm welcome to the Concept Revision Series part 3 today. So we have already done 2 parts and now we are proceeding towards our part 3, which also comprises of 25 MCQs. Okay, but these MCQs will be related to the last 4 chapters that we have to do now. Okay, in the first 2 videos we did the first 5 and the next 6 chapters. Okay, so now we'll be continuing with our part 3 of costing. Okay, so let's move forward, but before that you have to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have still not done that, like and comment on this video, and also join our Telegram channel because you'll get quick updates, regular updates about what is going on, and also the PDF of this video will be available on Telegram. Okay, so in this video, as I told you, we'll be covering the next 4 chapters. That is my techniques of costing. Okay, all the techniques of costing we'll be covering today. We have already done the overview of cost and management accounting, where we discussed about all the basics: material, labor, overhead costing, activity based costing. And in the next 6 chapters we did all the methods of costing. Okay, what are the different methods, how we can ascertain the cost of different products. But now we are focusing on the techniques of costing, and part 1 and part 2 was relatively easy, but this part 3 comprises of all those questions which are either related to the previous years, or there are some questions that I have included that are from previous years also. And lots of questions have been asked from the last 4 chapters in phase 1 and phase 2 of your SEBI Grade A exam. So let us start now with the first question. Okay, before that, my voice is clear, right? Is my voice clear? Okay, moving on to the first question. What is the first question? Which of the following statements are incorrect? Okay, always see if they are asking you about the correct statement or incorrect statement, and do not get wrong. So they're talking about marginal cost. Marginal cost is taken as equal to fixed overheads, is also known as variable costing, or marginal cost is calculated as the total expenses required to manufacture one additional good. So what do you understand by marginal cost? What is the meaning of marginal? Marginal means the margin, or you can say the additional cost. Okay, so what is the additional cost to manufacture one more unit of output is known as the marginal cost. So before understanding the statements, I would like to tell you something about marginal cost and how do we figure out what is the marginal cost. So the quantity is increasing from 1, then we are making 2 quantities, then 3 units. Okay, so the fixed cost remains same, it is 100 rupees in all the cases. Okay, because fixed cost doesn't change, but the variable cost changes with every level of output. So firstly it was 50 rupees, then it was 100, then it was 150. So of course, can you see the sum of fixed cost plus variable cost becomes my total cost. So of course my total cost also changes. But why is it changing from 150 to 250 to 200 to 250? Why is it changing? Because of the variable cost. Okay, so the margin here, the margin from one output to the another is 200 minus 150, that is 150, that is 50 rupees. The margin is 50 rupees. Can I say this is my marginal cost? And here also in the variable cost, can you see the margin is 100 minus 50, that is also 50 rupees. So can I say my marginal cost depends on the variable cost, because the fixed cost remains same at all the points. So on what factor will my marginal cost depend? Of course, the variable cost. So let us understand the statement now. The first statement says it is taken as equal to fixed overheads. Exactly wrong, because fixed overheads or fixed cost is not taken into account. Second, marginal costing is also known as variable costing. Yes, because it depends upon the variable costing, that is why it is also known as variable costing. So this statement is true. Then marginal cost is calculated as total expenses required to manufacture one additional good. That is what I was telling you, the meaning of marginal costing. So hence the first statement is incorrect and we had to find out the incorrect statement. So the answer is option D, only 1. And everybody has answered it correctly. Rishi has not answered it correctly because he has not understood the statement. He has said he answered for correct statements. So please do not make this mistake. You have to see incorrect statement पूछी है question में. So please read the question very. It can be confusing. Moving ahead, question 2. Contribution is defined as. What is contribution? So have you read the chapter, and learned the chapter marginal costing? So that includes one of the term, that is contribution. What is contribution? It says that after my sales, okay, whatever is my sales, for example, say 1 lakh rupees sales is there, whatever is my variable cost, I will deduct it. Okay, I will deduct all the variable cost, because for doing this sales I have incurred some cost, that is my variable cost, and that is very important for me. My raw material, my labor, I suppose that in my sales at least variable cost should be covered. Okay, for example, it is 50,000 is my variable cost. So whatever is left with me is contributing. Okay, that is my contribution. Whatever will be left after deducting my variable cost from the sales, that is here in this case it will be 50,000. This will be contributing to the business for covering two things. That is, it will cover two things. One is fixed cost and one is profit. Okay, so the firm first says that I need to cover my variable cost at least. So what will be the formula for contribution? It is sales minus variable cost, and this is very important from the paper point of view. Questions might come, no, this is a very basic question, but yes, questions in numerical or something might come. So contribution, you should remember that it's sales minus variable cost. And I will tell you in this slide only that there is one more formula for contribution. So like I told you, this contribution of 50,000 in my case will contribute to two things, that is my fixed cost and my profit. So there comes one more formula, that is contribution will be equal to fixed cost plus profit. So this is the second formula for contribution. ठीक है? I hope you have understood this. चलें आगे. Now, third question, it is about the PV ratio. Again, the PV ratio is a very important aspect. It says if the PV ratio increases, then break-even point will increase, decrease, remain same, or becomes 0. So, do you remember the formula for PV ratio? Do you remember it? So, what is it? And the break-even point also. So, break-even point, when I have to calculate, you can say in sales or in rupees, okay? Or in rupees, what is the formula? It is fixed cost, the total fixed cost upon PV ratio. This is the formula for break-even point when I have to calculate in rupees. So before that, I will also tell you that what is break-even point. It is the point at which there is no profit and no loss. The sales point at which there will be no profit and no loss to the organization. ठीक है? So what the formula is, break even point is equal to fixed cost upon PV ratio. So here they are saying the PV ratio is increasing. Let us take two examples. Fixed cost will remain same. So let us take two examples. My fixed cost is 1,000 rupees. Let us take the PV ratio as 40% in case 1, and let us take case 2 where the fixed cost will again be 1,000 rupees only because it doesn't change. Let me increase the PV ratio to 50%. Just calculate this and tell me the answer. It will be into 100, and this is 250, 25. So it will be 2,500 in case 1. That means 2,500 rupees is my break even point in rupees, into 100. In this case, just calculate this. So it is 2,000. 2,000 rupees is my break even point. So when I increase my PV ratio, can you see what happens to the break even point? It decreases. It decreases. So hence my answer is option B. Right? So very good. Rishi has answered it correctly now. Please read the question carefully. Very good. 3. The option is B. Moving ahead. Question number 4. What do you understand by margin of safety? Again, a very important concept. Margin of safety क्या होता है? So I told you what is break even point. Did I tell you or not in the previous slide? Yes, that is the point at which I'll be having no loss and no profit. So this is no profit and no loss situation. Okay. For example, at 100 units, At 100 units is my break even point. That means if I sell 99 units, I'll be in loss. Okay, and if I sell 101 units, then I will incur some profit. So at 100 units there will be no profit and no loss. Okay. Now my actual sales are about 150. Okay, my actual sales are 150. So the difference between the actual sales and the break even point sales, okay, break even sales, is my margin of safety. That means 150 minus 100 will give me 50 units. That means if these 50 units were not there, I would have been incurring a loss. So this is my margin of safety. ये मेरा सेफ्टी का एंगल है. सो एक्सेस ऑफ एक्चुअल सेल्स ओवर द ब्रेक इवन सेल्स represents the margin of safety. Everybody has answered it nicely. Very good. Understood the concept? I have introduced three major concepts to you, three or four. That is contribution, PV ratio, and I did break even point and margin of safety. ठीक है? Moving ahead. Which of the following statements are correct regarding the assumptions of marginal costing? ठीक है, we are already doing marginal costing only. All the things that we have done, all the elements that we have done are a part of marginal costing. So now let us see which of the following statement is correct. ठीक है, अब correct statement find out करनी है. All the elements of cost can be divided into fixed and variable components. So marginal costing says that we have to divide the cost into fixed or variable components. Although in practical, life, it is very difficult, because for example, telephone bill can be fixed till one range. For example, telephone dealer says that 1,000 rupees you have to pay. You make calls or you don't make calls, I don't care. You have to pay 1,000 rupees. But if you make for 1,000, in 1,000 rupees, I'll give you 100 calls. Even if you do 99 calls, I'll still take 1,000 rupees only. But for the 101 call, okay, the 101th call, I will charge you 10 rupees extra. So this becomes my semi-variable cost. But in marginal costing, they say no, we have to divide the cost between fixed and variable only. So yes, this is a assumption and this is true. This is the correct statement. Next, total fixed cost remains constant at all levels of output. Yes, we just saw in the previous example also that total fixed cost will not change. Okay, then the total variable cost varies in proportion to the volume of output. This is true. As the volume of output increases, my total variable cost will also increase, right? And this will be in proportion, in linear proportion. Okay, that I'll explain you later. But the total variable cost changes in linear proportion, or here also this is correct, because yes, they are saying it changes in the proportion to the volume of output. So this statement is also correct, this statement is also correct. Although I've got my answer that it should be all of the above, but let me discuss the option D also. It says the per unit selling price remains unchanged at all levels of operating activity. This is also true. With this, I will add one more assumption that you should know, and if you are writing it somewhere, so please note down also. That is one more thing, that per unit variable cost will also be constant. Okay, so with this you will get three things that are constant: per unit variable cost, per unit selling price, and total fixed cost. Okay, total fixed cost, per unit selling price and per unit variable cost remains constant, and this is the assumption of marginal costing, right? This is the again very important question, because questions can come according to the assumptions, or statement questions can come, so this is important. Now, so sorry, the answer is E, all of the above. Question number 6, this is a numerical based question. Please keep a notebook handy with you, notebook and a pen, because I want you to solve it with me. So from the following information, you have to calculate the value of projected sales. What do you understand by projected sales? That what should be the sales in future. Okay, so sales is given to you, that is 2 lakh. Fixed cost is given to you 60,000. Profit for this year, that means this year sales fixed cost and profit is given to you 10,000, and the loss that I'm expecting in the next or coming year is 40,000. So of course I have to calculate the projected sales for the next year, right? So firstly, let me see this information that I have. I have sales, fixed cost and profit. According to this, I will first calculate my PV ratio. Okay, because they have said that variable cost per unit, selling price per unit doesn't change. So hence I can say that my PV ratio will also not change. So I have to first calculate my PV ratio. How will I do that? I don't even have the contribution. चलो पहले आपको बताती हूँ कि PV ratio होता क्या है. PV ratio is the ratio of contribution to sales. ठीक है, ratio of contribution to sales. Now I don't have the contribution. How will I calculate? I told you in the first question only that contribution has one more formula, that is fixed cost plus profit, because variable cost is not given to me, so I cannot take the first formula, that it is sale minus variable cost. So I will have to take fixed cost plus profit. Just calculate. Contribution will be equal to, fixed cost is 60,000, okay, and profit is 10,000. ठीक है, 10,000. Contribution will be equal to 70,000. Sales is given to me 2 lakh. Yes, 2 lakh. So my PB ratio will be contribution upon sales. So 70,000 divided by 2 lakh will give me, just calculate this and tell me the answer. Okay, good. It is 0.35, or you can say 35%, or 35% is my PV ratio. ठीक है, so PV ratio is with me. Then they are saying the loss expected in the next or coming year is 40,000. Now how will you calculate? Now again I have to calculate my contribution for the next year. For next year, how will you do that? Fixed cost will remain same. Fixed cost will remain same. That is my 60,000 plus profit. Profit is, but there is not profit, there is loss. So can I say it will be minus 40,000? So when you calculate this, contribution is 20,000 rupees. ठीक है? So now I have my contribution, I have PV ratio. So can I calculate my sales? Can I calculate my sales? Can I derive one more formula from this? So can I say sales is equal to contribution upon PV ratio? Can I say this or not? Just I have derived this from here only. Sales is equal to contribution upon PV ratio. So it is 20,000 divided by 0.35. Just calculate this, and when you calculate this, now you will get 57142.7 something. Just try to calculate this, and the answer will be B. 57143 rupees. ठीक है? So this is option B is the correct answer. So I have given you the whole calculation also. ठीक है? चलें आगे. I hope everybody understood the example. This was very easy. You don't have to get confused. Now question 7 is, this question came in SEBI Grade A Phase 1 2020, and it is such a easy question. See, if the contribution is 40,000 and sales is 2 lakh, calculate the PV ratio. Isn't it very easy? We just know what is PV ratio. What is PV ratio? C upon S, contribution upon sales. So contribution is 40,000, Hana, and sales is 2 lakh. Come on, give me the answer. So it is into 100, let me say, because it is percentage wise. Again here, so it is 20%. So PV ratio is my 20%. So answer is B. Okay, someone is asking where can I find this PDF? You can find it on the Telegram channel of EduTab. Go and follow that channel and then you will get it. So, okay, moving on. I hope this was easy. 20%, everybody has answered it correctly. Very good. Question number 8. Okay, question number 8 says the selling price per unit is 50 rupees. PV ratio is given to us 30%. Fixed cost is also given to us 90,000. Calculate break-even point in units. So you'll say it's very easy, है ना? Break-even point तो हमें पता है क्या होता है. That is fixed cost upon PV ratio. किया था हमने अभी. But they are asking in units. They are asking in units. So this formula will not be applicable here. What will be applicable? Break even point in rupees. Let me calculate this first. Fixed cost upon PV ratio. I will calculate this in rupees first. So fixed cost is 90,000. Okay, divided by my PV ratio is 30%. Just calculate this and tell me the answer. What will be the answer? So this will be 3 lakh. 3 lakh will be my break even point in rupees. Okay, but I don't want in rupees, I want in units. So I have the selling price per unit. I have the selling price in per unit. So can I say 3 lakh divided by 50? That is my selling price per unit will give me the number of units. So just quickly tell me. I'll just calculate here. Divided by 50. This will be, have I done something wrong? 1 2 3 4 5. Oh yeah, 3 lakh. So it will be 6 1 2 3. No, okay, done. 6,000 units. So 6,000 units, option A is the correct answer. Okay, someone has said 90,000 divided by 15. That is also correct. That is also one of the method. Let me show you how. Because contribution will calculate 30% of 50. That is 15%. So contribution per unit will get. So how do we find out the break even point in units? In units, how do we do that? That is fixed cost upon contribution per unit. So if that the person is also right, that is it was 90,000. Yes, 90,000 divided by the contribution per unit that we calculated, 30% of 50, that is 15 rupees. Okay, so you will get 6,000 units. I hope this is clear. The previous method or this method, you can use any of that. Okay, and the option is A. Okay, let's move ahead. Question number 9. Again, you have to calculate the break even point from the following information. Okay, and here you also you have to calculate in units only, because can you see the options? These are all in units. So sale price is given to you rupees 40 per unit, but there is a trade discount of 5% given to you. So can I say the selling price per unit will be 40 minus 5%? 40 minus 5% will be 5% of 42 rupees. 40 minus 5% is 38 rupees. You can just calculate this, you will get the answer, 38 rupees, because 5% of 40 is 2 rupees. Hai na? So 40 minus 2, 38 rupees. Then there is direct material, direct labor, variable expenses are also given to you, and fixed cost is given to you. But variable expenses that are given to you is 40% of direct labor. So can I say 40% of 8 rupees? So that will be 3.2. And you have other variable expenses also, like direct material. This is also variable cost. Direct labor is also variable cost. So it will be the sum of it. Variable cost will be 14, that is direct material, plus 8 plus 3.2. This will be equal to how much? 14 plus 8. It will be 22 and 25. 25.2 rupees. 25.2 rupees is my variable cost. Is it right? So when I have to calculate my contribution per unit, it will be selling price minus variable cost. Please let me know if I've done the calculation right. So selling price is 38 minus 25.2. This will be 12.8. 12.8 rupees will be my contribution per unit. So yes, how will you find out the break even point in units? We just discussed the formula. Fixed cost upon contribution per unit, that will be equal to 80,000 divided by 12.8. When you will solve this, you will get 6250 units, and you have done it correctly. 6250 units. Do you want me to calculate this? Just deduct this 0, 10, and dividing it by 4, we'll get 3 and 2 and 20,000. Then again by 4 we are doing it 8 and 5,000. Then 8 से ही कर रही हूँ सीधा, it is 625, 6250. So this will be 6250 units. ठीक है, done. Let us move ahead. Question number 10. What is question number 10? If the PV ratio is 25% of sales, then what accounts for remaining 75% of sales? This question is easy and logical based. ठीक है, so when PV ratio is 25% of sales, for example my sales is 100 rupees, ठीक है, my sales is 100 rupees, so they are saying PV ratio is equal to contribution upon sales. So PV ratio is 25 and contribution I don't know, sales is they are saying 100 rupees because I supposed. So contribution will be what? Contribution will be, if you calculate this, so 25% of 100, that will be 75. Sorry, I have done something wrong here. 25% of sales is my PV ratio. Yeah, is equal to contribution upon 100. So sales is my 100. So contribution will be 25. Yeah, contribution will be 25. And yeah, right, I'm good. So 25 will be my contribution. So what will be the formula for contribution? Contribution is equal to sales minus variable cost. Contribution is 25, sales is 100 minus variable cost. What will be the variable cost? 75 rupees. So that means my variable cost is 75% of sales. That is, answer is B, right? So the 10th answer is option B, that is variable cost. ठीक है? Is it easy? So moving ahead, question number 11. Question number 11 क्या कह रहा है? If the desired profit is 50,000, fixed costs are 2 lakh and the PV ratio is also given to you, that is 40%, what will be the required sales? Okay, so there is a formula that says how do you calculate the sales, required sales or target sales. So sales will be equal to fixed cost plus profit upon PV ratio. ठीक है, upon PV ratio. This is the formula. So just put in the values and you will get the required sales. But if you say that I don't understand this formula or I don't remember this formula, how will you calculate such questions in exam? Will you leave it? No. You know the basic formulas. Basic formulas you remember? Fixed cost plus profit will give me contribution. So can I say contribution will be equal to 2,50,000? Okay, and we know what is the formula for PV ratio also. These basic formulas you have to remember. ठीक है, इसका कोई इलाज नहीं है. PV ratio is contribution upon sales. So I have my PV ratio also. So 40% is equal to 2,50,000 divided by my sales. So again, I'll take the sales here, 40 here. So sales will be equal to 2,50,000 divided by 40%, right? And in this case also, if you see, we are doing the same thing. It will be 2 lakh plus 50,000 divided by 40%. So just calculate this, you will get the answer. Into 100 कर लेंगे, 40 है यहाँ पे. So this will be 25 into 25, 625, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it will be 6,25,000. 6,25,000 will be the required sales. Easy? चलें आगे. So I've told you both the methods. If you know the formula, and even if you don't know the formula, you should remember the basic ones, and then also you'll be able to answer. ठीक है? Coming to question number 12. Okay, this is a very easy question. Just read it and you'll get it. Sales units is given to you. Don't get confused. Sales units is given to you 1,80,000. Total actual cost is given to you. Total is given to you. Actual fixed cost is also given to you 1 lakh, and it says it is same as budgeted. So budgeted fixed cost and actual fixed cost is same. Then they're saying the actual total cost is 20,000 higher than the budgeted cost. So that means the total cost that we calculated, the total actual cost is 20,000 more than it is budgeted. So budgeted cost is also not given to you. So that means, can I say budgeted cost will be equal to actual minus 20,000. So can you derive this from here? Right? So the budgeted cost will be actual minus 20,000 because my actual cost is 20,000 higher. So that will be 3,50,000 minus 20,000. So that will give me 3,30,000. ठीक है? Right? 3,30,000 is my budgeted cost, budgeted total cost. Now they are saying budgeted variable cost but per unit. So first let us find out the budgeted variable cost. What it will be? Total cost minus fixed cost will give me the variable cost. Now everything will be budgeted here. So budgeted total cost we have 3,30,000 minus budgeted fixed cost is also there because actual is same as budgeted. So 1 lakh. 1 lakh is equal to budgeted variable cost. So it will be 2,30,000 will be my budgeted variable cost. Now I have to find out the budgeted variable cost per unit. So I will divide this by the sales unit, that is 1,80,000. So just try to calculate this, you will get the answer. This is 1.28. So this is 1.28, that is the option E, or 1.27. You can just try and round it off and see the closest option is 1.28. So you're right, the option E in the case of question 12 is right. Okay, I hope this is easy. And these type of questions have come in the previous year also, similar type of questions, and it's very easy in phase 1 and phase 2. Now coming to question number 13, budgeted sales. Budgeted sales for the next year is 5 lakh units. That means in the next year I have to make 5 lakh units. Desired ending finished goods inventory is 1,50,000, and it says that after the sales I have to keep 1,50,000 also as in my inventory, and also an equivalent units in ending WIP inventory, that in work in progress inventory, 60,000 units. So this much amount of goods I have to produce for the next year, 5 lakh and 1,50,000 and 60,000 units. So the opening finished goods inventory for the next year is 80,000. The opening stock we have of 80,000, and equivalent units in WIP inventory is 50,000, and in opening only there is 50,000 of WIP also. So they are saying how many equivalent units should be produced. So this is how much do we have right now? अभी कितना पड़ा है हमारे पास? That is 80,000 plus 50,000, 1,30,000 units are there with us. And for the next year, how much do we want? We want 5 lakh plus 1.5 lakh, right? And 60,000 units. We want this much for our next year. So how much is it? 5 lakh plus 1.5 plus 60,000. This amounts to 6 and this amounts to how much? 5 lakh and 1.5, 6.5, 6.5 and 6. So it will be 7.1. 7.1 lakh I want for my next year. So 7,10,000 units for the next year, but I have 1,30,000 with me. Right? Can I explain you again? Budgeted sales for the next year is 5 lakh. Desired ending finished goods I want 1,50,000, and WIP I want 60,000. So this much amount of goods I want for the next year. 5 lakh plus 1,50,000 plus 60,000. That amounts to 7.1 lakh of units I want for the next year. And how much do we have in our inventory right now? It is 80,000 plus 50,000. That is 1,30,000 units I still have in my inventory. So when I calculate this, 7,10,000 minus 1,30,000, this gives me 5,80,000 units. Understood? Because they were asking how much should we produce? कितना produce करूँ इस बार? क्योंकि 1,30,000 is still with me. चाहिए कितना? 7.1 lakh. तो कितना produce करना चाहिए? 5,80,000 units. 5,80,000 units I want to I have to produce. ठीक है, चलें आगे. Question number 14. What is question number 14? And this has been asked in the SEBI Grade A Phase 1 2024. Such a easy question. See, in standard costing, costs are ascertained before the production, right? In standard costing, we ascertain the cost before the production and are called as what? Because we are ascertaining it in advance, will we call it the actual cost? Because abhi to pata hi nahi. So no, estimated cost, no. It is predetermined cost because this sets as a benchmark. This is my benchmark, or you can say ascertained predetermined cost. ठीक है, so the answer is option C, that is predetermined cost. Easy, such a easy question. See, then coming to question number 15, again it's a numerical based question. Calculate the labor rate variance using the following data, and also this has been in SEBI Grade A Phase 2 2024. Like I told you, I'll be including some previous year questions as well so that you know what kind of questions come in the exam. So what is the labor rate variance? Do you remember the formula? So this is a formula based question and you should remember it. So it is standard minus the actual rate, ठीक है, standard rate minus actual rate, ठीक है, into the actual hours worked by the labor, actual hours worked. So standard hours we will neglect it. Standard rate that is given 2.5 minus actual rate is given 2.2 into the actual hours, that is 500. Just calculate this. 2.5 minus 2.2 is 0.3 into 500, that is 150 rupees. Now they are saying 150 favorable or 150 adverse, because my actual rate, ये तो यहीं से पता लग जाएगा, when my actual rate is less than standard rate, so it will be favorable. Okay, plus अगर you don't understand this concept, in case, although you should, but in case, but so because it is coming in positive, okay, this is positive 150, so it will be favorable, right? But the concept actually it is that actual rate is less than the standard rate, that is why it will be in positive, hence it is 150 favorable, right? Easy. So option D is the correct answer. Next is question number 16. This is also a similar question that I have taken from your previous year question. Which of the following items would not be included in cash budget? Okay, the first is cash collected from the customers. Cash collected from the customers will always be included in your cash budget because it relates to cash, how much cash is coming. Now depreciation. Depreciation is a non-cash expense. Okay, it's a non-cash expense, hence this will not be included in my cash budget. Okay, all those things which will help me to understand the flow of cash, how much cash is coming and how much cash is going out, will be included in my cash budget. But depreciation is a non-cash expense, so hence we have got our answer, that is B. But let us see the other options. Receipts from cash sales, of course, then this cash, so it will be included. Then cash payments to suppliers, again this will be included. So the clear winner of this answer is option B, depreciation. Right? Now, question number 17. Question number 17, again we have taken it from the previous year question. Which of the following is not a feature of budgetary control? Again, please keep in mind the word not here. Okay, so the first is budgeting is a plan of action based on past performance and governed by rational judgment of factors that will influence the course of business in future. So what is budget? Everybody makes budget up, our mammas also make budget for our household. What does it, how do they do that? So they do in the previous month, this was my cost of my household, and according to the past performance they do that. According to the previous month they decide that what should be the budget for the next month. Okay, and that will of course influence the course of business in future also, right? So this statement is true, hence this is the incorrect answer. Statement is true. Second, for budgeting, the organizational structure must be clearly defined and the responsibility should be assigned to the identifiable units within the organization. So yes, we for budgeting we should know who will report to whom. ठीक है, and what is the organization structure, from where will the cost come, okay, what is the hierarchy in our organization, who will be responsible for assigning the cost, okay, what will be the responsibility center. So yes, for budgeting we need to know everything, the organization structure, also the responsibility centers as well. So this is also a correct statement. C, budgeting does not facilitate management by exception. What is management by exception? It says that you should focus on things which are important for the business. Okay, for example, there is just a 2% fall in direct material. There is a 2% fall in direct material, but there is a 50% fall in direct labor. So which is more crucial? Of course, this 50% that will impact the direct labor, the cost of direct labor way too much. So we have to find out which is the significant deviation or significant problem that has occurred, and this will help. Of course, so budgeting does facilitate management by exception. It does says that yes, management by exception should be followed. So this statement is a incorrect statement. Okay, then budgeting is quantifiable in monetary or quantity or both the terms. That is true. Budgeting is a quantifiable term. So D is also correct. So option number C is not a feature of budgetary control. Yes, management will intervene when there is some adverse results in the operations. That's true. Okay, moving ahead. Question number 18. Which of the following is a modern management technique? Which of the following is a modern management accounting technique? Again, I've taken this from a previous year question and this was asked in phase 2. So, human resource accounting, statistical reports, responsibility accounting, break-even analysis. See, the responsibility accounting is basically a modern management technique, right? Because we need to know where is the responsibility center, for whom do we have to report, okay, how will we assign our cost to one center. So responsibility accounting is a modern management accounting technique. The other ones, that is human resource accounting, statistical reports, break-even analysis, are all information or presentation based reports or analysis. So responsibility accounting is kind of a management accounting that is accountable, right, for all the management, budgeting, internal accounting of a company. Now here the primary objective is to plan, to support all the planning that has been done in the organization, to support the costs of the organization, how we have, what is the method, and what are the techniques that have been followed, and there is of course the responsibility centers. ठीक है, but all the other three, human resource accounting is also a kind of information to the interested parties. Statistical reports are also presenting the large amount of data. Break-even analysis is also used to see if they can cover the cost or not, if we are able to cover the fixed cost and profit or not. Right, so are we in a profit situation or non-profitable situation? So these all three are not a modern technique of accounting technique. So the answer is option C. ठीक है, answer is C. Everybody gets confused between human resource accounting and responsibility accounting, but responsibility accounting is the correct answer, because human resource accounting is basically a data about the employees or the labor that has been working in the organization. This is the information given to the interested parties. Okay, so okay, biased. Modern accounting management technique. ठीक है? Now, so the option C is the correct answer in the previous question. Question number 19. The primary objective of just-in-time system relates to what? Just-in-time is a inventory management system, if you remember. Do you remember that? Just-in-time is an inventory management system which says that we will order the goods as and when we require. ठीक है, we will not overburden our inventory. So what does it relate to? What will be the primary objective of just in time? To minimize the inventory levels. ठीक है, so primary objective of just in time is to minimize the inventory levels, and the other options like reducing the selling prices, increasing the advertising efficiency, improving the depreciation methods are all unrelated, right? Question number 20. The primary purpose of MRP2 is to what? What is MRP2 and why it is named as MRP2? So firstly, let me tell you what is MRP2. That is manufacturing resource planning. Now manufacturing resource planning is whatever will be uh, required for manufacturing, for producing the production, the output will be included in manufacturing resource planning. Why it is named as MRP2? Okay, because this is the second abbreviation. There was MRP1, okay, that was used before, that says material requirement planning. Material requirement planning was the first one, and in this material requirement planning we just used to focus on material, and what is the cost of the material, how much do we need that. The planning was just focusing on the material. So to remove the limitations of MRP1, there came MRP2, that is manufacturing resource planning. That the answer also is B. To coordinate materials, machine and labor is the primary purpose of MRP2. ठीक है, attracting the customers is not a part of manufacturing. Then determining the selling price, again not a part of manufacturing. Preparing capital budgets, again it is not a problem of manufacturing. So the answer is B. It is very clear. ठीक है, moving ahead. Question 21, again a previous year question, phase 2. Which of the following is aimed at eliminating the waste and increasing efficiency? Although it's very easy to identify the options, but they have given very close options. That is why it is a little difficult for you. It can be a little difficult for you to answer, but try to answer this. Which of the following is aimed at eliminating waste? Okay, waste को eliminate करना है and to increase the efficiency. That is my Kaizen costing. Okay, Kaizen costing says that I have to eliminate all types of waste and I have to increase my efficiency by continuously improving my productions. So when I am incurring one process, I have done one process, I will now know that what were the problems, what if there was some wasteful activity. So I will try to remove this now. Okay, continuously improving my processes will help me to eliminate my waste and increase my efficiency. This is the funda of Kaizen costing. ठीक है, what is Six Sigma? What is business process engineering? So business process engineering is what, when it is not just focusing on waste elimination. Although waste elimination can also be a part of it, but the primary goal is not waste elimination. We have to focus on reducing the cost, increasing the quality and increasing the speed of our production. ठीक है, so basically it focuses on just breaking through the performance, to increase the performance. ठीक है, to by reducing the cost, increasing the quality and the speed. And Six Sigma is on focusing on defects, on reducing the defects, not on the wasteful activities. Now eliminating waste can also be the eliminating waste of wasteful movements, wasteful material. But Six Sigma is only focusing on reducing the defect. That means while producing your products, we have to focus that very less number of defectful items are less or zero defects are produced. ठीक है, so Kaizen is the best choice. As I told you, this is a little tricky because in Six Sigma also you'll see here also we are reducing the defects, in business process engineering also, but the primary goal in both of them, in Six Sigma and business process re-engineering, is not to eliminate the waste. In Kaizen costing, we are aiming to eliminate the waste also and increasing the efficiency through continuous improvements, right? So it is Kaizen. ठीक है, please make notes जब भी लगे कि this question is a little tricky, so try to make notes and try to write down the keywords related to each of the option so that you can figure out in the paper also. Now, coming to question 22, this is also a very important question. It has been asked earlier also, and now also I suppose that this can be asked. So, which of the following is not a part of 5S? Now, what is 5S? 5S is my Japanese workplace system. Okay, this is a concept in Japanese that they gave for Japanese workplace management. Okay, how to manage your workplace. So these are there are 5 terms. Okay, let me tell you the answer if you know. If you don't know, then I'll tell you the answer first. That is support. Support is not a part of 5S. So I'll tell you the 5 Japanese workplace are. First is my CD. The first one is CD. That means I have to sort everything. Okay, if you're working on a table, just sort your laptop. Your pen stand should be, you know, in a approachable, accessible place. Your notepad and your keyboard should be in a proper place. So this is like sorting. Okay, then the next is Seoton. Seoton is to, you know, Seoton is to set in everything in order. Sorry, to set everything in order. Like what should be kept first, what should be kept in the second place, what should be kept in the third place. Okay, so that everything is accessible to you. Okay, the first is to sort everything. Okay, if your pen stand is very clumsy, so you'll sort it out. Then you'll set everything in order. Then the third is CISO. CISO is to clean everything. Every day you should clean your, you know, on whatever you work, so that you can maintain the hygiene also. The fourth is Shiketsu. Okay, the fourth is Shiketsu, that I'll tell you, that is to standardize. Whatever you have done, you have sorted, you have set in everything in order. So you have to standardize this. Okay, ki every day I'll follow this. And then there is Shizuke. Okay, it's pronounced as Shizuke. It is to sustain or make it a discipline or a habit. Okay, to make it a discipline and a habit that every day you have to do this. Standardize is कि ये ऐसे ही रहेगा अब, ठीक है. And sustain is to make it a discipline कि अगर कोई चीज़ you know, it is laptop हिल गया है या pen stand कहीं और चला गया है, so you have to change this. You have to maintain a discipline कि ये चीज़ ऐसे ही रहेगी. So there are 5 things: Siri, Seoton, Seisu, Shiketsu and Shizuke. ठीक है, to sort, set in order, shine, standardize and sustain. ठीक है, these are Japanese workplace management, you know, 5S of Japanese workplace management. ठीक है, so the option E, that is support, is not a part of 5S. Okay, although this was a easy one also, because according to, you know, the English and the Japanese word also, you can recognize that E option is a different method, a different name. So by the elimination method you can solve this, but nonetheless you should know what are the 5S of Japanese workplace management. Okay, shall we move ahead? Question 23, which of the following is not a part of lean system? Okay, not a part of lean system. Okay, this was also a Japanese term which says how to, you know, do the production and how to maintain your workplace. So continuous improvement, yes, Japanese says that you have to continuously improve it. So that is our Kaizen also. Okay, it is known as Kaizen costing also, that you have to continuously improve so that you can improve your efficiency. Now it is based on push system. Okay, this is a wrong statement. Okay, this is a little tricky. It is not based on push system, rather it is a pull system. Pull system. Why? Because Japanese says that we don't have to just, you know, push and produce and keep producing our output, and we don't know if sales will happen or not. We will not do such things. What we'll do, we'll have a pull system. We will produce when there is demand. Okay, so we will only produce when there is demand. So this is the pull system. So hence this is the wrong statement. It is based on push system. This is not a part of lean system. Hence I think we have got the correct choice also. but we'll discuss the other options. Identifying value, okay, whatever the customer wants, what the customer really wants, we will identify that. Okay, then value stream mapping, whatever is needed in the production will be included, like our materials, whatever the actions, processes that are included will be mapped. Okay, this is like a blue map, or the map that we get ready, that whatever things we required should be with us. So that is value stream mapping. So this incorrect statement is, it is based on push statement, so this makes it the right answer. So the option is option B. Okay, everybody answered it right, and it's very good. Question 24, in the framework, have I skipped some? No, okay. Question 24, in the framework of total productive maintenance, which of the following does not form a part of its major maintenance categories? So total productive maintenance, what does it say? It is a, a innovation model के अंदर है ये. So the total productive maintenance says that we will prevent, and there will be a proactive maintenance of the machines. We will not wait for it to break down, okay, so that वो खराब हो जाए उसके बाद हम उसको ठीक करें, नहीं. We will try to be preventive and proactive in case of our machines. Okay, so which of the following does not form a part of it will be the breakdown maintenance. Okay, because we will be preventing, so preventive maintenance हम करते रहेंगे, predictive maintenance will also be done, and maintenance prevention also will be done, but breakdown maintenance is not a part of टोटल प्रोडक्टिव मेंटेनेंस. ठीक है, हम वेट नहीं करते कि ब्रेक डाउन होगा तब काम करेंगे. सो ब्रेक डाउन मेंटेनेंस इज मेंटेनेंस परफॉर्म्ड ऑन इक्विपमेंट दैट हैज ब्रोकन डाउन and it is unusable. So TPM is a lean manufacturing philosophy that says near perfection production should be there. The main aim is no breakdown, okay, or no small stops or slow running. There should be no defects, no accidents. You have to take care of this. Okay, the TPM says that there should be no breakdowns, no small stops, no slow running, no defects, no accidents. So it emphasizes on proactive and preventive maintenance and not the breakdown maintenance. So hence B is the correct answer. Okay, we have to maximize the lifespan of our machinery. Okay, so option B is the correct one. Coming to question 25. Question 25, try to answer this question. Again, I have taken a important question from previous year, phase 2 2024. Such a easy question. See, what term describes the implementation of a new or significantly improved production or delivery method? ठीक है, so I have to see which term will describe the implementation of something new or improved production or delivery method. Okay, method including significant changes in techniques, equipment or software. So what they have done, they have given very close options. Okay, you have to figure out this. Now this is delivery method, or matlab improved production or delivery method. So what it will be process innovation. Okay, product innovation is when we are improving our product, not the method. So it will be focusing on product. Okay, if the word was not method here, it was product, then it would have been product innovation. Okay, so very close options have been given. The business model innovation, service business model innovation is what? Oh, sorry, when we are trying to change whole business model, how we will create this production, how we will create the supply, changing the whole production model. Then service innovation, when we'll try to change or improve the service of our products. And organizational innovation, when we'll try to change the hierarchical level or the organizational structure, that in that we are doing some innovation. Okay, so when we are changing is the method, wherein we are changing technique, production or technique, equipment or software, it will be process innovation. Okay, so can you see the questions were easy to solve, but they were a little tricky what they have when they were asked in your exams. So be prepared and try to focus on all the concepts that we have done. try to read more about it so that you can get more information. Like this Japanese workplace system, there are more Japanese philosophies that you need to learn. Okay, there are 3 M's and 5 S that we have done. So keep focusing on that, and keep learning, and have a best of luck for your exam. But and you have to find out the PDF of this video. So you have to join our Telegram channel, and even if you have not, even till now you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, go subscribe, because regular videos will be uploaded. Exam is near. Keep learning, guys, and in case of any doubts, you can always message. Okay, you can always message and have your queries. So till then, keep learning and have a very good day. Thank you so much.